we'd like to welcome you
to a little place that we think is really cool.
Let's talk about the music, let's have a laugh.
You already know what it is.
It's the Plug
Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast.
It's the Plug Podcast.
You already know who it is. So why are we still singing this? Let's get on with the Plug Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Plug Podcast. If you didn't know who it was, I'm Josh Taylor.
And I am Diego Barraza.
And we are here with very special guests. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Lawson.
And my name is Cass.
Hell yeah, of the band.
Big wheels.
Big
Keep on
wheels.
turning.
How big were they? Are they?
Relatively sized.
Will they?
Relatively sized.
Relatively sized wheels are here
Relative to what?
on the pod.
Other wheels in the picture. I mean,
Anything
there's,
pretty-
there's many. You'd think. Oh, sorry.
there's some big wheels in the world though. Like think of there's big trucks.
I was thinking about those trucks
Those
just
are
then.
some big wheels.
And then there's aeroplane wheels, and they're real. They're they should be big, but they're small.
But I feel like that's perspective, right? Like they're actually pretty big, but
Actually
they look
are.
smaller.
Compared to a plane, they're
Exactly.
Should we move on?
Oh yeah, so let's play the first segment song. So in this first segment, we're going to do a little thing that this song will explain.
Nice.
Hit it. Thank you.
What would you like to plug about yourself? Yeah.
Oh yeah. What would you like to plug about yourselves, guys?
Well, we have very recently recorded 2 new songs in the studio at
big
Grove
feat.
Studios.
Thank God.
Shout out Grove.
Yes.
Awesome.
That was a step up for us. It was a wonderful experience, actually.
That's
It was-
fun.
It's pretty wild.
You never recorded there before?
Never been there before, actually, but heard about a lot of great things coming out of there. And then we connected with one of the guys producing there, and he
Great.
sort of did us a bit of a solid and got us in there.
Would you like to
Name drop.
plug?
Said producer is a Mr. Isaac Wilson.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Wilson gets a
Ding
ding.
that, yeah.
Ding, ding,
That's
ding.
awesome.
Ding for my guy Isaac.
And
How did you meet Isaac?
Isaac met us.
Oh, wow.
He found us.
He found us.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Tinder thing, but through the internet.
Wow,
No,
that should be a thing, but like Tinder,
Tinder for
like
producers
musicians.
to
Yeah.
musicians. Wait up a sec.
Hold on. Everyone, forget I said that. I'm going to make it.
We're going to
I'll
cut
be
this
back.
out and
This
See
is
you
a new
next time.
startup.
we're
year
going to
it'll be
ask
done.
you to leave so we can get this
This is
together real quick.
Elon Musk is listening.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg's listening.
Oh, really?
Oh, damn.
What is it? Well, it's obviously not big enough, so I mean, we'll get that shit
We
together.
can do it a lot better.
We compete.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Like
Tinder.
Uber Tinder.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's cool. It's like indie as well. I don't know.
Like book a producer.
We're just
kind
throwing
of thing.
things around now.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So you've already got 2 songs out.
We do.
So, recording 2 more songs, is this like for an inevitable EP? That seems to be where all roads lead for lots of musicians.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like I've been told that it's a world of singles these days, isn't
Yes.
it? So, but I still like the idea of the body of work.
Yeah.
And we were talking to someone about this the other day. Who were we talking to about this the other day? A musician friend of ours. Oh, we play with a band called Surf Trash in Thirroul. They're actually from Newcastle, but the drummer Andrew was talking to us about how he prefers to write and release music, even if it is gradually, bit by bit, he writes his music to be a body of work and
Awesome.
and records it to be a body of work. And I thought that was really cool. And he was saying that people still in a world of singles being the
Yes.
phrase of speech, still enjoy a body of work or want to understand a body of work.
That's so are you doing that with your stuff? Are you thinking about, releasing singles but sort of treating it all as one thing?
Like a release cycle. Thank you.
That's it. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I suppose I haven't really thought about it as that. But we're sort of planning the release of our singles in a sort of storyline, aren't we, I guess?
They've got a bit of a up and down movement to them, and
You're on top of it.
You're on top of it.
Yeah,
The contour.
The
I love
contour.
it. Exactly. What's the story about? Is that spoilers?
Wow.
That's what we're still.
Should we listen to the music?
We're still telling.
You can
Make our
make that
own
up as
story.
you go along. You know what I mean? It feels like
There's many plot twists along the
Wow.
way.
There is.
That's exciting.
The side quests.
Oh,
We're bringing back B-sides.
hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever
Thank
happened
God.
to the B-side?
It's a
I mean,
C-
I guess, they stopped releasing physicals. So
it's a CD thing.
yeah.
Pirate Bay happened
Pirate
to the
Bay.
B-side. For
Bring
sure.
them back. Bring back the B-side.
For sure.
I thought you were talking about bring back Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay's well and truly
I
alive.
was gonna say, I don't
folks.
think Pirate Bay ever left.
Not too loud.
We don't know that.
No, that's exciting. Very excited for that. It also says here on the job form that you guys performed an original for an ABC pilot TV show.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Yeah, what's that about?
That was cool.
That was a crazy experience. So we got hit up about that actually, and we had no idea what it was going to be about. But yeah, they basically decided that they wanted us to sing our first song that we released, Chain of Fire, and it was basically a band performance at the end of a interview TV show that they.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So
The show's called Frankly. And
Frank.
it's Fran
it's gone
Kelly.
to air now.
Oh, sick.
But we were the pilot.
That's exciting.
But yeah, it is. It was a crazy experience though, because I've never done something super TV, but it was very TV.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I mean, ABC like that.
But it was cool. It was cool. Like the ABC is really cool. Like
Yeah.
it's a really nice building, and like everyone treated us super nice. And like we went in there, and like I think you were even saying like you sort of we did 4 dress rehearsals throughout like this 12-hour day, and then like it was all for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
it
And
was
they were like, you can't, like, you get one go at this,
Yeah.
basically.
do not stuff this up. And I don't think we did, but Cass even said she came off stage and she's just like, I don't even remember any of it.
I just blacked out. I
That
was
would be
like,
pressure.
Yeah, that's intense. Like,
Always things like at the last minute not working. Like we kind of like we were troubleshooting all day, but it was good. We got there in the end.
Yeah, no, that would be way
Yeah.
too stressful. I'm glad I wasn't there in the
so
part
it's
of it.
it's your first like venture into, I guess, like TV in any way, shape or form for both of you. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure, mine, yeah.
pretty much. I'd done a little bit in previous band as well, but like it was definitely
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like people like I've never realized like it actually is like 12-hour day.
Yeah.
For
Such a
everyone,
process.
for everyone for half an hour, like for half an hour of a show.
If
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
No, lots of hard work comes into TV shows. Would you ever do it again?
Oh yeah. Did you like doing TV, or because some people have said I don't think it's for me?
Yeah, it was like a one and done thing. You're like, that was awesome. Never do it again.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not what you think it's going to be. I think. I found it to be very like structured and scripted in a sense, to the point. Like I don't know if I should be saying this, but after the
controversial.
but after the show, like Fran Kelly, she sort of gets up and they ask, like they were the live audience is kind of there, and this might not be a secret actually, but like they get her to repeat certain lines that like weren't smooth or fluent with like audience clapping and like things like that, and there's also like audible audience clapping going through speakers
To the audience.
on top of the audience.
Oh, wow.
And there's also a guy whose job it is literally to get the audience
Yeah.
hyped.
Oh, nice.
He's a hype man.
How do I get that job, man?
I'm just gonna. Excuse me. I'm just gonna start my resume.
That's a job.
How do I apply? Yeah, honestly, that sounds awesome.
That was awesome.
Imagine just being the hype man. I think I'd get too crazy hype.
Yeah,
but
no,
I think like everyone, it'd be like a really chill show. And I'd be like,
Swearing at people.
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of walked out on stage as well, and it was like so you couldn't you could hear a pin drop. It was so quiet, and I'm just there like trying to tune my guitar like quietly, but that's not possible. And I'm just like
vomit.
so
A
stressful.
pearl drummer holding in a fart too.
Oh
that's
god.
nerve wracking.
So tell us a little bit more about yourselves. You know, where, like
Yeah,
because
the history of the band.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you haven't been here that long, have you?
Here? Where's here? Like ProPodcast? You guys just got here like what?
We flew
20
in.
minutes ago.
30 minutes?
We were like 40 minutes late, but like half an hour early by our standards.
No,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on time for our standards.
I like that. Well, we originated this band formed on the Sunshine Coast of all places, and we were living there sort of, I guess we sort of escaped. We were living in Brisbane, and then we sort of we when I say we escaped Brisbane, we very much escaped. But
We got out.
with everything going on, like in the last 2 years as well, like we got out of the city and like we were living in this, like we were renting this like little house on the Sunshine Coast.
Right next to the beach. It was beautiful.
It was amazing. And
like we all moved into that house together, didn't we? To begin with.
And started jamming and like songs. Cass and I had known each other for a number of years before this as well, and we'd always been friends, but like always sort of done things separately, like musically. And it kind of just like came to this point. I don't know, like I felt like we were both kind of like, without saying it, like ready to kind of give like a
solid crack at it.
A solid crack at a project. And we were sort of hoping, thinking that things, the way things were with COVID, were coming to an end. So we were like kind of really excited.
Tried, like timing it, get on the
Exactly.
like,
So why on earth did you come to Sydney? No,
Everyone says that. Everyone says that.
Sydney's awesome.
I love Sydney. Yeah. Like it's got, I think it's got a lot going for it. You know, it's been through a lot.
I think the move's been really good for us. Yeah, we've sort of just dived right into it, and we've just been playing a lot of shows and just trying to get our name out there, and just trying to meet people and trying to,
In a very, as a place that's, forgive me for any plug listeners for saying this, but in a place that's very like, at times very artificial, it's also very authentic in some ways as well. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, the people are real, you know?
Yeah, just as a snake.
I'm just complimenting everyone and then you just
At least
throw me under the bus.
he's a real snake.
Yeah, he's a real snake.
A real snake, exactly. I'm honest about it. No, but yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, you know, I mean, I guess that's the world in general, you know?
It's interesting.
Yeah. But
big city living.
Exactly. Whereabouts do you guys live in Sydney?
We're sort of split up over the place, but at the moment, like we're in a suburb called Chiswick.
we found out it's Chiswick, but you don't want to call it
Depends
that.
who you talk to.
There's no W, but it's near Drummoyne because no one knows where that is apparently.
I know where Drummoyne is.
Yeah.
Chiswick.
We were in the great suburb of Strathfield, obviously, prior to...
Based.
Represent.
So based.
Very sad to leave.
2135.
2135. Represent.
What street did you live on? Do we know it?
Newton Road.
Oh, yeah.
Newton.
We were in the last demolition house on Newton Road.
Sick.
We're surrounded by mansions, but we're in this
Called the
like...
Golden Mile or something like that. Yeah.
It's kind of like where we are right now.
We live next to a fucking castle.
It's crazy.
And
So many mansions.
And like our walls had like cracks in them, like
Molds
the
everywhere.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, 100%.
But the molds.
Our house is brand new, but it feels like that, you know?
Yeah, there's mold. Boy, is there mold.
But you're never alone when there's mold.
No,
you know?
you always got little friends.
Gross, man. It's true, but yeah. Oh, man, it's
Somebody
so
to
funny.
talk to about your problems.
Yeah. So,
Isn't that anywhere in the inner west anyway?
Yeah, it's damp.
it's a damp world. How long have you guys actually been in Sydney for?
6 months.
6 months, so like literally not even that.
So you got here and then you like drop 2 incredible singles and then go on TV and go to the grove.
Yeah.
And
I suppose so.
You're really ticking off all the boxes.
I haven't really thought about it.
Came on the Plug
but
podcast.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one,
Dreams
right?
come true.
Found a park in Barangaroo. Yeah.
Diego was saying that as well. Ding.
Can we get the ding sound going?
Come on.
Ding, Barangaroo, Wilson Parking.
If anyone's listening to this episode and is going to be on the podcast in the future, or you just assume you will be, just don't drive. Catch the train,
drive.
man.
We were so close to catching the train, and then we were like, nah, but I wish we had. Oh,
So many people are
I was
like,
so
why did I
sweaty when I got
drive?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a nightmare to park here, but you know that's city living.
That's
you
how it
know?
goes.
Maybe
Unfortunately.
driving a train someday would be cool too.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You can just park the train outside.
It's a lot of training. Funnily enough, I guess into that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I like that. You're full of it today.
You are full.
You got the dad jokes.
1 in 10.
Get out of here, man.
1 in 10 will land.
I like it.
And it also says here on your job form that you've got some cool shows coming up.
Yeah, well,
Let's plug that.
we won't talk about the lame ones, but the cool ones.
It looks like only cool ones have been listed, so
cool ones.
we're sweet.
Okay, we'll just talk about the cool ones. Well, you tell us about the cool ones.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the lame ones.
Oh no, come on. You you talk about the cool ones.
Well, we've got we're supporting a friend of mine, but he's amazing and he's doing really well. But a guy called Jack Botts in January in Gosford, and he's going to the States with Vance Joy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see.
end of this month. And he's like solo acoustic folk. See, what's sort of like our vibe as well is like we play with the full band and then we can kind of strip it back to the duo as well.
Yeah.
So that's probably what we'll be doing for that show, is making it more
Intimate.
Yeah, great.
Intimate.
That'd be
Who are the other members of the band? Might I add? We should get some plugs going for them.
Yeah.
Hell
Ding
yeah.
ding.
Because you guys are the co-fronted band, so you guys are the front people, and then there's the front people. Yeah, well, I don't want to say
And
front.
we have the lovely Dale Coombs on drums.
Ooh.
Ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Wow,
He gets
perfect
a ding.
timing.
And our bass player, Mr. Arnie Milton, is he's amazing actually. But
Hell yeah.
he's in a few bands. He's a gem, that guy. Yeah.
Gets through them all. I mean, bass players, you know?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
He's around it.
Let's not talk about it.
All right, I have to actually quickly interrupt because we have a secret thing. I forgot to tell you guys about this. So
Oh,
this,
no.
is, this is truly random for you guys.
Terrifying.
We do
Yeah,
this
that's
thing
nice.
called the lightning round, where once in the episode at a random time, we stop for a minute and rapid fire ask you really stupid and silly questions.
Yep.
And whoever can answer the most in a minute gets to wins a t-shirt.
Or
wins a plug
t-shirts.
merch.
In
Yeah,
your-
two shirts
in
in
your
your case because there's
That t-shirt?
No.
No, this is mine. I really like this t-shirt.
You can't have, you
It's a nice colour. It actually really suits you.
Thank you. Oh, so kind. So yeah, we got music for this as well.
yeah, of
because we
course.
like to write music. Occasionally.
this whole podcast is an excuse to write silly.
Beautiful. I've
like
enjoyed
it.
Stupid and silly
everything
songs.
so
I will
far.
ask
silly
Cass, you will ask Lawson, and you've got a minute to answer. You can answer whatever you want because I'm telling you right now, some of these questions don't have proper
They're
answers.
stupid and silly questions that require stupid and silly answers. So it's just it's quantity.
Are they like yes or no, or are they just like
Ooh.
in and out? Or
Some of them are, you'll find
You'll
out.
find it. I'd say arguably this is the most blind somebody has gone into the
Yeah. So we'll see how you go.
yeah. Oh, it'll be interesting to compare the data. All right, let's shall we?
Yeah. Get the music going, and maybe bring it down a bit. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
We're getting into
All
it.
right, Joss will ask Cass all the questions.
Yes.
I'll ask Lawson all the questions. We'll alternate. But
Already
it's-
been
it's
through this part, bro.
Did we?
Yeah.
collective score, not separate.
I like it.
All right, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. What is the best fast food sandwich?
Subway.
Nice.
What is your favorite Kanye West album?
Ooh. Is it High School Dropout?
Yeah, nice. I'm blind. I want you to explain the color red to me.
Fire.
Yeah.
Elon Musk invites you to join him on a mission to Mars. Do you accept?
Absolutely.
What brand of strings do you use on your guitar?
Oh, God. Elixirs.
Nice.
What is your favorite media to purchase music through? Tape, CD, vinyl, streaming, blah, blah, blah.
Stream.
What would you like to plug?
Big wheels.
Nice.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Under.
Bees?
Yes.
Decimals or fractions?
Decimals.
Trebuchet or catapult?
What was that first one?
Apple or Windows?
Apple.
What does the fox say?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Are there more doors or wheels?
Whoa.
Wheels.
Yeah. What's in the box?
Wheels.
Would it really be rude not to?
No.
Okay, wheels.
Really, you could just answer wheels to a lot of these
That's
questions.
really
couldn't you?
funny.
Was that the right answer?
I mean,
I was
you got a
thinking
point
pizza.
for it, so. You guys unfortunately didn't get the high score, but you got a total of 16. Very impressive.
Commendable.
Still.
Commendable.
Still doesn't beat the 22 set by Isaac Freeman of Subscwibe Border. 2 episodes passed. So yeah, that was fun. That was good. I
job.
liked some of those answers.
Good job. I'm really
What's
happy
in
about
the box? Wheels.
I was going to say pizza.
that. Wheels. What's in the box? Wheels.
Elixirs. I just restrung my guitar with some elixirs today.
Nice.
Nice.
Good choice.
Nice, tidy.
Oh, you're on the big bangarangaroo money, I tell you, on those elixirs. Far out.
Yeah, they are expensive, though. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, I work at a music
Selling
store.
all that
so-
heroin's really working out. For you.
Yeah. The drug dealer, man. You know how it goes.
Inflation.
Favorite Kanye West album? College Dropout, and yeah, good
High
choice.
School Dropout. Far out.
Nah.
College Dropout.
I don't know how you know that. How you knew that?
I know, because it's got that song he does with Chris Martin on it. It's actually a really good
Yes.
song.
Which one?
When I think about you down there.
Is that
Santa-
Homecoming?
oh, you know.
Is that off Graduation?
Homecoming. Is
Yeah,
that
that's-
off graduation?
That's off Graduation. Sorry, I'm a Kanye West nerd over here.
Okay.
Once just made a TikTok thing to rank every single Kanye West song, and the Kanye West fans bullied him
Yeah, so I stopped doing it after like 6 days.
because it was
And
just,
it got like like over 2K followers in like 6 days. It was nuts.
What a brutal platform.
Yeah,
mate.
it was harsh.
It was intense.
I was like, this will be fun. It wasn't.
It wasn't
Not
fun.
very nice, is
It
it?
wasn't fun.
But thank God, because then like he started doing all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, I kind of dodged a bullet here. Let's be real.
Could have got worse.
TikTok really just
They helped. Yeah, don't do this.
take my hand.
Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Any more gigs? There was one more we had listed.
Oh,
on.
sorry, yes. And we've got Frankie's Pizza by the Slice.
Oh,
Before it closes down. We're one of the last gigs they're doing there. Before they
Jeez.
move, I
yeah.
guess.
Where are they moving to?
No one knows. I don't think it's certain yet. But yeah.
It's kind of like a Rad Bus situation. Because I remember they said they were going to move, but
And then they just closed down.
they still haven't. But I feel like it's still going to come back. You know?
You played a Rad.
I did, yeah.
I feel like that was the first time I ever saw you anywhere.
It's a good venue.
Yeah, I only played there once, and it was like literally a few weeks before it shut down.
Nothing like that anymore.
No, it's so true. Like, you know, no just dingy house
$5
shows.
tins. It's like $4 tins even maybe.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. So when is the Frankies?
November 3rd.
Yeah. Mad.
Yeah. We're gonna bring Cool back to Thursday.
I do love a good Thursday.
Yeah,
gig.
Thursdays honestly like
Let's check my
it's one of the
calendar.
better days to have a gig.
Wednesdays
Thirsty
can be cool
Thursday.
too.
Yes. My 3rd of November, free.
My
Hell
Thursday.
yeah.
Well,
I
now it's been booked.
just bought a ticket to go see Idols and more things.
You have
Hey,
to.
no way.
That's
I
pretty
like
awesome.
Idols, yeah.
There you go. Well, have you guys got any other people that you want to shout out?
Any other plugs?
Any other
effectively?
friends
don't
that
need
you
to-
love that you're like, they deserve a
they
shout
deserve
out?
a plug.
Anything else that you guys are a part of that you want to be like, oh, this is cool, check this out, just before we wrap this segment up?
Yeah, I reckon I want to shout out to Peter G back in Brisbane.
Peter G.
Hell
G.
yeah.
Ding, Peter
That
G.
is a
man.
great
Peter
plug.
G. Peter G is like this 40-year-old crazy Russian dude who's one of our best mates, who's like an insane pianist, and keyboard player. And like when we were living in Brisbane, we used to go over to his house and just like it was a vortex of a place and whisper the night away. And yeah, like we'd end up down. He's got like this like studio he's built in this old Queenslander downstairs, and it's like a den, but it's just like amazing. And you go down there, and he's like got the coolest dog.
I reckon one day
addition.
we'll record a song with him there, and it's just going to be the craziest
Absolute
song
magic.
That
ever.
sounds
Yeah,
bloody sick.
absolute magic. And yeah, who are you shouting at?
Oh, that's such a difficult
That's
question.
right. Some people just don't have anyone to shout. That's fair enough.
We got Barack Obama once.
Yeah,
Wow.
he did get a shout out once. Yeah.
Yeah, he did some good stuff.
I like his work.
I like, yeah, big fan of his work.
Haven't heard the first album.
I do love that, like, at the end of every year, he just shares what his favorite, like, pieces of media were for the year. And it's always, like, really based.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What about your mum? You could shout out your
you
mum.
wanna shout
Yeah,
out your
shout
mum?
out to my mum.
Mother shout outs, bro. We love a good parent
Maternal
shout
ding.
Absolute legend.
She's a cool dude. She's a cool dude.
She's a cool dude.
Oh, bloody hell, that's awesome. All right, well, if that's all, you guys have got guitars, right?
Yes, we do.
So
Well,
usually,
usually we have our good friend Jack. He recorded some guitar licks and plays this out because he invented it when he came on the podcast for the very first episode as the guest. And so ever since then we've been doing it. But now because we don't have guitars in the studio, we're like, let's just get him to record some. But now we have guitars in the studio.
so
We're going to throw it back to like season 2 right here.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
if you guys want to whip him out and just like play a little ditty.
We would love to do
like
that.
like a quick little lick.
Should we go back to doing one in, one out as well?
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
just for
yeah.
this episode, you know.
Guitars.
I'm going to pause it here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that was so.
How was that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Welcome
nice.
back to the podcast. We're doing that again, just for this.
Just for this
episode.
episode.
everyone chill out, but yeah. No, you can put it in the guitars down. Sorry, when I meant we're doing that again, I mean we're doing we're bringing that whole thing back where we
Play guitars.
play guitars
live
in between
in the
segments.
studio.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Probably couldn't tell because Jack Hawley could play 2 guitars at once if he really tried.
yeah, he's pretty good. But look, I digress. Let's play the song for the next segment, which informs us what we will be doing for the next 20 minutes.
They're very educational songs. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
What?
in today. Yeah.
What album are you plugging? Or album?
Oh, albums. Yeah.
Album, open bracket, S, close bracket. Are you plugging today?
Well, I'll start with mine because Lawson will probably talk about his for a lot longer than I will talk about mine. But I am plugging Stereophonics. You got to go there to come back.
Yep.
I'm absolutely a massive Stereophonics fan, and
Hell yeah.
this album has my favorite song on it, which is Maybe Tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, ever, all time.
Yeah, I would say it's my favorite song.
Damn.
It's a really-
I think that's the first, right?
Yeah, it is, but it's also a really good choice.
Yeah.
It's
So
also a really
off
good
his
choice.
album as well. Yeah.
It's just, it's a masterpiece, and just the songwriting. There's so many songs on this album that
Yeah,
I
there's a
love.
Yeah.
Since I Told You It's Over,
Yeah.
and Rainbows and Pots of Gold. Great, all these great songs.
It's chock full. It's like, I really enjoyed every second of the
Yeah.
what is it, hour and something?
Hour and 3 minutes.
There you go, hour and 3 minutes. You know,
Big
I was like,
album.
big doozy album, 14 songs, right?
Yeah,
14
correct.
Not bad.
Is that the album he wrote when he was working at a fruit shop?
That's not their first album.
No.
It's their third album. But yeah, I just fell even more in love with them when I found out that Kelly Jones wrote the entirety of the first album on the back of brown paper bags he was selling fruit at the fruit market he was working in.
Yeah.
Eminem style.
Eminem's
know,
And I was like, that is just so darn cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, hell yeah. I've been writing lots of music at work lately as well.
Should
But, I mean,
you-
mine's not as impressive because I work at a music
Do
store.
you
so-
do you ever write using pen and paper though?
No. I mean,
Really?
I just notes on my phone
Notes
usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like writing with pen and paper.
Yeah.
I feel like
I've always wanted to be that person, but my handwriting's shit as. Like,
you can't read it.
No,
once you
like,
write it.
it's just awful.
As long as you can read it.
That's a good point. As long as I can read it. But I have gone back in the past after writing songs on my phone and written them in.
Oh,
and,
okay, yeah, right.
Just for sentimental value.
yeah, just to be
Yeah.
like, this looks cool.
Just in case you die and someone finds it or something.
Yeah.
They'll be like, whoa, the
Me.
sacred text.
It'll be me. It'll be me. Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, it'll
You're
be
gonna
me.
find it.
I'm gonna find it and be like, finally, I can clone Super Tommy, bring it back from the dead.
Oh, that's funny. So yes, Stereophonics. I only got to hastily listen to this once, which I'm pretty
Same.
sad about.
Same.
But I mean, happened.
Happens.
But
it was a great
when there's lots of
listen.
plugging to be had. You got to spread yourself thin.
Yeah.
So much plugging. It's just
Now you know you can listen to it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I guess that's the point of this whole segment is to introduce people to albums that are good and they can go home and listen to it.
Well, my big thing is that I don't think I've ever listened to a Stereophonics album before. So, but I knew the deal, sort of. I thought I did,
Yeah.
and then I listened to it. I was like, hey, these Stereophonics are pretty good.
Oh,
There's some
man.
bangers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've always just known them as it's a Britpop band, Ooh, yeah, cool, I love Britpop. But I never I don't even know if I've heard a song by them.
Yeah.
What's their most famous?
I think it's
song?
Maybe Tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Oh,
They've
Dakota.
got Dakota's probably, is that the top one?
Yeah.
According to Spotify.
Dakota, then Maybe Tomorrow, then Have a Nice Day.
Oh, Fly Like an Eagle is a great song. It's like a beautiful acoustic-y song. And it's just, the lyrics, I don't know. I love the lyrics.
So you're.
Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say. So you're like a huge Stereophonics all-round.
I wouldn't say I'm like a
Huge.
die-hard fan,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I...
Big fan.
No, own it.
I grew up in England, so Britpop is massive influence for me. And I definitely knew of them when I was growing up, and then I just got way into them maybe within the past year.
One of them.
So sick.
I've really just dived in and I'm loving it.
It did kind of blow me away how much I liked it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always loved Britpop. Blur, probably one of my favorite bands, and
We love Blur.
I just love Damon Albarn, everything he does, except for that thing he said about Taylor Swift. That was really weird.
That was.
That was
weird.
a bit of I don't remember what he said.
He said somebody was interviewing him, and he was like. He was asked two questions. One, what do you think of Billie Eilish? He was like, yeah, I think she's really good. She's really clever, blah, 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 blah. What do you think of Taylor Swift? She doesn't write her own music. That's what he said.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Full stop. Yeah.
That's all he said.
And then, he immediately backtracked.
Yeah, and he was like,
a
"Oh,
day
no,
later,
no,
he was
no,
like,
no."
I don't know what I was saying. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And we're just
no.
it's all right, man, but just don't say it.
Yeah.
It's
don't
fine.
let it happen again.
You don't need to deny
It's
it.
just a really weird thing to say.
Not good.
Hey, he acknowledged his mistake. So
I saw him live earlier this year, actually.
Yeah,
And he sang
was out here.
his entire set through I don't even know how it works. The megaphone kind of
yeah.
and because a lot of the Gorillaz songs have that effect. I just thought it was really funny. He's just walking around the stage
That's awesome.
yeah, that is cool.
But yeah, anyway, back to Stereophonics. But yeah, I think like it's definitely a lot more than like just Britpop, you know what I mean? Like there's like a lot of influences coming in here. It's a very diverse album as well, I feel.
Yeah, this album is very bluesy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's so much like riffing, and then
First
like
song, right?
Exactly.
First
It'll
song's
go from like Help Me, and then the next song Maybe Tomorrow, which is like this like gorgeous ballad.
So many
you know what I mean?
layers in that song. I just love it because it's just layers upon layers upon, and then backing vocals, and it's just like
sounds
little riffs.
fantastic.
It's just
There's like, you know, for you think like 20 years ago, and I can't think of like something that sounds as good as this. Like,
I know what
it's
you
a
mean. Yeah.
beautifully produced album. It's so clear. Like it's so just well put together. Like this, it just sounds good.
Yeah, they nailed it. Good
Yeah,
job.
they did.
Good job, Stereophonics.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, no, they did well. So is that Maybe Tomorrow hands down favorite track? Yeah.
I would have to say, it's one of those songs. It's just, I listen to it when I'm feeling good. I listen to it when I'm not feeling good.
Yeah,
It's just,
totally. One of those.
Yeah.
I say. I see what you mean.
Off my like vague one listen at work kind of thing, I think the ones that stood out to me, definitely the first 3 tracks. I think Madam Helga was like one of the big ones where I was like, oh
Great
shit.
song.
Yeah. I loved Getaway. You Stole My Money, Honey.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I miss you now.
So
Miss
much
You Now.
attitude.
Yeah. And then High as the Ceiling, I think that was my favorite kind of like big rock banger, you know,
Yeah.
like that one kind of like
It's a very diverse album.
yeah, it's just so
Yeah.
sick how they can like go from just huge riffs and like just insane like loud production, and then the next song's just like a really nice
Which is
one.
really like a really good feat to have if you're making an album that's an hour long.
Yeah, so true. And because it doesn't feel like it lingers for any longer than it should, you know what I mean? Which is the problem a lot of our albums have.
I can honestly imagine people like 20 years ago probably would have listened to it and been like, oh, it's a bit short.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like
over.
yeah, I mean, yeah, back in 2003 or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
when we had attention
spans
spans.
were a lot wider.
How things have changed.
Now I'm here like, if it's 40 minutes, I'm not listening to it.
What's Damon think?
Yeah, what does Damon think? They don't write their own songs. No, he doesn't
They
really
write
talk.
20 minutes too much of their own songs.
No, he probably likes them because they're British, you know.
Yeah, he probably does. But everything he's released for the past like 2 years has been like two and a half minutes.
Whoa.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Honestly,
Say
I have,
sorry.
It's just
I have
pulling my
to
chair
say
in.
it was the big toss-up between Neil Young, Harvest, and Stereophonics.
Absolutely
So-
love the honourable mention. Yeah.
I
that's
just
good.
had to put
That's
that
good.
in there. We talked about this a lot in the car, and it was a tough choice.
It wasn't easy.
One of them had to go, one of them had to come with
Well,
you.
Neil Young's not on Spotify.
Yeah,
Spotify.
true.
Spotify piracy.
He's on the pirate, babe.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Dude, I don't know. Neil Young songs are on Pirate Bay, but not on Spotify.
Yeah, we all know where we need to go stream.
Yeah. That'll be fair.
I'm back in 2002.
Yeah, true.
This is very much an album where like I can imagine my older brother like going on LimeWire and downloading it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
That kind of brings back some memories.
It does.
LimeWire.
Yeah, it brings back memories of like my parents screaming at the computer because it was very infected.
Yes.
Very sick.
And then always being scared in the back of your head that there was going to be like a policeman coming in knocking on the door.
Oh my God. I'm still scared of that.
I didn't remember that everyone did it.
Dude, I go on incognito mode. I'm like,
GoldenEye James Bond, that video game.
yes.
That was the character you just were then.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got 3
James
prongs,
Bond's
but I've only got 2 hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yes. Yes.
funny. We better move on hastily, but is there any final words about this album? Anything that you want to say for the people who are listening?
Just want to say, listen to it
Yeah.
and
I agree.
enjoy it, and
10 minutes does not justify how good it is. It's like talking about it.
No. I like when I think I told Lawson or the Instagram, the band Instagram. I was like, you can plug 2 albums if you want. I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's
No,
right.
But the thing is, I really do love this album, and I also love Lawson's album.
yeah.
so does Lawson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost wasn't going to say this album because I do plug it so much in every other aspect
Well,
of my existence.
It's just good because now you're coming on here to the podcast. You are well versed in plugging it. Now you get to do it on a recorded
like a formal
audio.
setting.
Yeah, yeah.
there's
in a
going to
formal
be
setting.
like, hopefully there's going to be people listening to this that's just like, you know.
Who are these? Who are these
You
guys?
know, yeah. But
But
yeah, Oasis.
You got 10 minutes, go.
What's the story, Morning Glory? It's just like,
Is this their biggest album, do you reckon?
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like track by track. There's like, because I was saying to Cass in the car as well, there's 2 in between tracks. They're called Untitled.
Yeah.
And like they're just like psychedelic, just cocaine infused chaos, just melding through.
That is so funny. One of my, it could have been either Michael Calca or Jared Reedy said in the group chat today, talking about the new DMA song that came out, like cocaine fueled, like infused. That's literally what they say.
Wow.
It's a descriptive thing.
It's the Britpop. Britpop is good. Yeah.
And yeah, like it brings, like, for me, that album, like, I love all their stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like, there's not really anything of theirs I don't like really like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, that album's just like, it's also like, I feel like a bit dirty insane because it's just so easy to like plug as well. Like there's like, like the opening track, Hello, is just for, you know, I don't even think you have to be like a mad Oasis fan to have heard that before.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's a lot of classic Oasis tracks on here. I mean,
Well, this
arguably
album-
some of their biggest.
This album is only like, how many songs long is this? Like,
should be 11 or
11?
12,
Oh
is it?
yeah, there's some weird like
'Cause there's the
versions and
in-between.
stuff like that. Like I was on YouTube listening to this, and
There's Bonehead's Bank Holiday. Do you know about
see,
that version?
I did listen to that song because yeah, and then there was like She's Electric wasn't on one of the versions for some
What?
reason, which is weird.
That's
I
a
was like,
banger.
'cause, like I had the
That is
album
a
on and I
banger.
listened to the whole thing besides that song, and I was like, oh, that
I was,
sucks. So I went and put that song
I
on.
was looking at our old reliable friend Wikipedia, and like they like 6 of the songs were singles or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, rightfully so.
It's really interesting, but they recorded that album. The first single off that album is Some Might Say, and that was actually recorded completely separately to the rest of the album. And it's interesting, like their story on how, because their first album definitely maybe was big, but it wasn't like astronomically big. And
Yes.
Some might say it was actually recorded in the era of that first album and with the drummer that was still in the
on that
band.
first,
It's,
right.
some might say it does sound like a song off, definitely maybe. I can't remember which
Yeah.
one. I think I feel like it's kind of like supersonic. Like
Yeah, and it's got a bit of cigarettes and alcohol in it. It's quite, it's
it definitely
quite
fits
raw
in that style.
in
but
that in that guitar-y kind of. See, what I love about What's the Story, Morning Glory is I just like I don't even think you could replicate the style of recording.
it feels
that-
like they're big, grand, like
Very
we're
90s.
Oasis, you know?
Yeah.
Wall of sound, like Phil Spector, even like, you know, like it's their White Album in a way. It's like,
I feel that.
and they, it's just like the songwriting on that album is just insane. Like Wonderwall, Roll With It, Don't Look Back in Anger,
just some bloody good pop songs.
She's Electric. Some might say Morning Glory, Champagne Supernova.
Champagne
Yeah.
Supernova, baby. Oh.
Even Cast No Shadow and
Yeah,
Hey
yeah,
Now.
yeah.
Cast No Shadow.
Cast No Shadows
the deep
pretty insane.
cuts, they roll deep. That's for sure.
Like this is an album where it's like anybody would name any different song and say that's their favorite.
Yeah.
Like easily, you could get 11 people up and they'd say all different songs.
I think like in terms of like rock history as well, or music history, like both those boys particularly like have got to be credited for like
Yeah, arguably the most influential Britpop album, I would say.
Probably
up
and
there. At
and
least, top three.
Liam Gallagher sounds really good,
Insane.
really good.
Bloody
He was
incredible.
26 when they did that. 25.
I got 4 years. That's great. Cool.
Yeah, and
So young.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Baby.
he
little
apparently the like Champagne Supernova take was like a first or second take, and he'd only just got like the lyrics because obviously everything's written by his brother.
Yes.
And he'd only just got sort of like the lyrics and the melody kind of delivered to him in full by Noel. Like, you know, I'm imagining, you know, on the day of doing
recording
a
it.
take of that. And yeah, it's just so fluent. Like how
That
he's done
song's
it.
so sick. I just love how long it is and how like
But I never get bored of it.
grinding, and it just keeps going.
I enjoy the guitar solo that comes after the second chorus. I enjoy the outro. The outro is brilliant as well.
It's so cool, like how they delve into like a lot of this, like, you know, they got like their big, like Don't Look Back in Anger, which is like their big stadium anthem song, but then they've got like this track, which is like of similar like largeness, but it's just like a different kind, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it feels like psychedelic.
It's
and,
it's
like,
similar to the Stereophonics album in that way, where it's got like
exactly.
it
Diverse.
runs through like different styles. It doesn't just say like
I did appreciate the sort of linking between your
Yeah,
plugs, you know.
yeah, it was
We could have gone either way. We could have gone You know, I was even going to go back 70s otherwise.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah, what were some maybe plugs?
like an
I
honorable
love
mention?
some maybe plugs.
Honorable
What-
mention.
Um,
Honorable plugs.
big one. Don't know if it's as recognised as an album as it should be in today's world, but the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street.
Yeah.
Exile on Main Street. That's a big
Dig
one.
that. Love that.
What else are we thinking? Obviously, Neil Young, Harvest. I was thinking LA Moon, LA Woman, LA Moon.
The Doors.
LA Woman, The Doors. LA Moon. LA Moon's a band I know.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
damn.
Well, you're plugging them
Yeah,
too.
shit. LA Moon.
Great. Perfect.
Accidental plug. We allow it.
Yeah, what else? Shit. Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix is a good one as
That would've
well.
been sick.
Yep.
Um,
Just some great plugs.
Just some
this
great
season.
plugs all around. Good plugging, everybody.
we've been
Yeah.
loving the Eagles too.
Oh, fuck.
Who doesn't?
Fucking hate the Eagles.
Your mum loves the Eagles.
Who
and-
doesn't? The dude doesn't.
Yeah.
I grew up with the Eagles a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Very good band.
We've been covering one of these nights.
Oh, that's so sick.
yeah.
a song.
That's a groovy track.
What a song.
I must admit, I've sometimes before I get in the shower in the morning, I'll just be like, oh, cue Hotel California.
It is a banger. isn't it?
Gets you ready for the day.
And I mean, even listen to this album, it kind of got to Wonderwall, and I was like, fuck, this song is damn good. Like,
Wonderwall is arguably a really good song.
I kind of forgot just because of how overplayed and meme it is. But if you strip it back to just what it is, it's like shit, man.
It's actually a very well written
I will
song.
say, put up next to the rest of this album though. It's I personally think every song is of that quality. I really think that they're all just.
I mean, I've always
bloody-
loved Don't Look Back in Anger as well. It's
Don't Look
always
Back
been one
in
of my
Anger.
favorites.
I love I go through stages with what track I love, but I love Morning Glory, the actual track
yeah,
at the
so
moment.
sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think my favorite kind of one
the
that
helicopter.
I mean that because I've listened to this album before years ago, so
Same.
it was kind of a return to form. Roll With It was one that was okay, man.
That's
I
a
remember this
TikTok
song.
sound at the moment.
Oh, is it actually?
The chorus of Roll With It is a TikTok sound at
Wow.
the moment.
That would be a good TikTok sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And she's electric as well. I think those are the ones that really stood out to me. Is
I do agree.
the deep cuts that were really sick.
Champagne Supernova probably.
And yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, probably my favorite.
Some beautiful melodic guitar work in that track.
There's strings and horns and shit in there somewhere. It's a whole thing. I mean, through this album as well.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
That was all produced by Noel Gallagher too. Guy wrote all the songs, all the melodies, all the lyrics, produced the whole album, and just
Madman.
worked with their engineer and basically had the whole idea for the whole thing.
Not freaking bad.
Yeah.
No.
No,
No.
give me that one. No.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What a guy.
I still think I love their debut just a little bit more. But
Really?
yeah,
I like definitely maybe.
I've always been a definitely maybe kind of guy.
Yeah. But you don't have to pick. It's
Yeah, true.
in today's world, you don't have to pick Oasis or Blur. Let's talk about Blur.
I fucking love Blur, man.
Tender.
Tender's-
That's a great
that's a
song.
great
The
song.
I
Universal
love,
as well.
No place left to run. Or was it Nowhere left to run?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to cover that song just because it makes me sad, and I like being sad.
She lives in a house, a very big house in the country. That's
And
a good one.
talk about a fucking diverse band, but I digress.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about Blur.
They got some real cool stuff.
Whatever. I mean, I know the answer to this, but whatever Britain was doing in this in this decade,
They did nail it.
they shouldn't have stopped. And I know that what they were doing is cocaine. But that's what I mean. You think back to Rumors or the self-titled Fleetwood Mac album or Tusk. Holy
Who
shit!
wasn't?
The thousands of dollars that went into drugs on those albums. Oh my god, it would have been insane.
Tusk is good.
Tusk. I was listening
Tusk,
to
the
that
track
the
is a
other day.
very
Yeah.
good
Tusk as a song,
Taco?
I love. But I listened to the album and I was like, "There's just too much drugs in this."
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's so
Crazy.
good. It's really good.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
It's so much fun. All right.
Say that you love me.
Any last things to say about Oasis?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the story?
I just think
Don't ask him that.
I just
Asking
think,
that.
I just think for people that don't get it, I just feel so sorry for you. You know what I mean?
Clip that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a ding there. No, I
What's not to
understand.
love? Or,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, no, I do understand that
They-
wholeheartedly. I'm like, there's nothing that
There's
you couldn't.
such a it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgic, I guess, yeah, but I'm just trying to like there's nothing like the sound isn't hurting anyone. It's
It's well rounded. It's very
people
digestible.
who go, oh yeah, but they're like you'll mention someone, they go, oh, those dickheads or those dicks or whatever. It's like, yeah, but they can write a absolute tune.
They can put together a song.
their songs. Like,
and a lot of people use the Beatles comparison heaps when talking about.
I don't reckon they sound that much like the Beatles.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think Oasis are brilliant.
And I'm like, who hasn't stolen from the Beatles? You know, I mean, like, welcome to the fucking 21st century. Everyone does.
Yeah.
You know? So like, grow up.
That's what they're there for. That's literally their purpose on the thing.
If we want to praise them as the kings who invented music, then it's like, all right, let's use their shit then. if we're gonna, Anyway, that's probably about it for the segment.
Sure. Nice. Really just stuck the land.
Yeah, if you guys want to play again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain Just Taylor speaking. Oh God!
This is Captain speaking. If you hate bands for sounding like the Beatles, then grow up.
Then grow up.
Anyway,
Also,
we'll be landing soon.
You tell them, Josh. There you go.
Woo! Ooh. Up to the 12th fret there was... I was really vibing that.
Spicy.
A bit spicy, yeah. There's a little tad bit spicy.
How good's a D?
Just like sour Skittles, not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
You know what's nice is a C to an E7.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with seventh. Oh.
Sevenths, yeah. Especially borrowed sevenths. Like, what are you doing? E7? Get out of here. You're not supposed to be here.
Anyway, we're going to play a fun little game with you guys today to end off this wonderful podcast. Diego, hit that motherfucking button.
Nice. You could get that hype man job at ABC if you keep this up.
This is my resume.
That would be cool.
Are they saying hi to your mum? Are they difficult to get along with? It's Persongification.
Ooh la ooh la ooh.
Wow, it just gets better every time.
Yeah, thank you. We've tried really hard. So yeah, personification. If you didn't know what personification is, I'm going to try and explain it to you and both to Big Wheels again because it is a confusing game. But the easiest way to say it is just like subjective guess who. So basically, I've made a playlist of 10 songs. From that playlist, we both have picked a song randomly out of this hat that is now back on my head. 2 songs missing from it. Mm-hmm. One here, one there. Those songs are our songs, like our person and guess who, right?
We got one each.
And then we just have to ask each other questions that can deduce from the playlist what our song would be. Just, so and then at the end we guess. If we get it right, we celebrate. If we get it wrong, we still celebrate because we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
Everyone's a winner.
Exactly. Okay, so let me read the songs. Let me rattle them off for you so you know what we're playing with today.
Rattle.
We've got 1 Crowded Hour by Augie March. Is that how you say it, Augie? Let's just go with it. While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles. Never heard of them. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Redemption Song by Bob Marley and the Wailers. Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill. Take 5 by the Dave Brubeck Quartet. Till I Collapse by Eminem. It's a very eclectic list. And Nate Dogg, of course. Praise You by Fatboy Slim. Dare by the Gorillaz. Perfect Day by Lou Reed. And Time to Pretend by MGMT.
Those are the 10 songs?
That
We've
is
got
the list.
one each.
We've all got a song from that. Well, not all. One per team. Yeah, it's team game. So yeah, we can crack her off if you guys want an example of how this game's played.
Yeah, so we can ask you a question and then you guys can just quickly go like, oh, I don't know if it's more of like an apple and an orange thing. And then you come back to us and then we take that answer and then it'll be your turn to ask a question to us.
Yeah.
How many questions do we get to ask
3 each.
3 each. Yeah, 3. 3
It's
each.
not much. It's a hard game.
The sort of like strategy, the meta right now
The meta
is that
of this game.
you sort of narrow it down because you got 3 questions. So you sort of narrow it down to like you try to eliminate 3 at a time almost, or like 3 or 4 at a time. So
And then hopefully at the end you're like, look, it has to be either one of these few songs.
Yeah.
And if you're not there, then that might suck.
We've sent you the playlist on Instagram.
Yeah, you can check Instagram if you want
Check
to see the
Instagram.
playlist.
You'll have the playlist on your phone. You can have a look at it.
Check underneath your seats for the playlist. Very Oprah style. Oprah.
Very
I'll stop.
Oprah.
Oprah style. Let's not do this. Let's not. Okay. First question. Are we happy with asking this?
Let me see. Yeah, I like it.
I like it. Yeah, because like I feel like there's 3 different.
3 different. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, sometimes the meta is very option focused, as you can say.
Yeah,
like you kind of provide like a bit of like a
Multiple
ABC, multiple choice, helps you like link songs to each thing. So like our first question would be like, what superpower would your song choose to have if they could choose to have one? A, flight. So could they fly? B, invisibility. So could they go stealth? Or like C, super strength. Would they want to be really tough and big?
Oh, okay, so you're talking about the song you guys have.
No, you
yeah.
guys have. And then you guys have to tell us what you think about your song. Would your song rather have flight, invisibility, or strength as like their superpower? So you can feel free to deliberate between each other, live on the mics, or off the mics.
That was our example question, but also
that's actually our
question.
It's a great question.
Thank you.
Thank Josh.
Flight, invisibility.
Or strength.
I already know the answer.
If it's
I feel
none
like
of-
I know what.
if it's none of the above, you can give us
Are we
something
telling this? Are we like
If
answering truthfully?
You can answer it, and then Lawson could be like, "No, what are you joking?" And then like
I'm gonna say invisibility.
oh, you reckon?
I'm going to say strength, I reckon.
Whoa, what's the?
Wow, that is interesting.
Because you don't agree.
Judgment. You're
No,
getting
I
judged.
think they're both valid.
Ah, okay.
I see.
What? Well, like, is there any one that you reckon it leans towards more?
Yeah, centre left, centre right, Liberal, Labour. What are we talking?
Because like they only have one to choose.
No, let's go with strength.
Yeah, you're on
Yep.
strength, but like
Strength.
hints of invisibility.
If it had a second option, it would go invisibility.
Is that so? You're happy with that answer?
Yeah, strength, invisibility, strength, leaning towards strength, more strength, mostly strength. Who knows?
So now you guys can try and think of a question to ask us, and I don't think it's that one.
You don't think?
Nah, maybe.
I was thinking.
Maybe. It feels more like a flight to me. About.
I was going to say, if your song was an element, would it be?
That's a great question.
Would it be?
Like the 4 elements? Are we talking?
Yeah, so water, wind, fire. What's the other one? And earth.
That's tough.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. What do you think, Diego, off the cuff?
I think.
It's hard to say.
Would you say? Would you consider?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Did you say?
I think it's air just mostly because it's none of the other ones. You know what I mean? The only other one I think it could be would be water,
I was thinking the same thing.
but it's definitely not fire. It's definitely not earth.
No.
It's none of those. I think
It's like
air.
98% air, 2% water.
I completely. It's like human being. Wait,
Bananas.
that's the other way around. No, I'm happy with air. I think it definitely is air.
It's like a 100 milliliter beaker filled with 98 milliliters of air and 2 liters of water. It's kind of like that.
It's like it's like that Breaking Bad episode where he's going through the anatomy of a human being and he's like, oh well, there's 2% still. What's the last 2%? Air.
But it's water.
Yes, water. So wait, so did we say air? Is
Yeah,
that
air, 98% air, 2% water.
So now we have to.
And that's you guys responding to your question. To the song we have.
No,
No,
the
to
song
the
we
song we
have. Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. So we have a song.
He doesn't get the game either.
So when we asked our question to you,
We're trying to figure out what your song you've got under the. He's got
What were you answering about then?
so do you both still think strength?
Yes.
Okay.
strong yes. Strong yes.
Does Cass still think strength?
Yeah, I knew what I was answering.
I was just testing everybody else.
And yeah, when
Did
we're
we
talking
pass?
about air, we're talking about the song in our hands that
one
we
over
only
here.
know and you guys don't know.
Yeah.
You're trying to guess.
So of the 10 songs, we each know, just in case, you just got to, we each know that it's not one of the songs on there because one of the songs on there is the one that we've got. So you're really choosing out of 9 songs. So you can go
Yeah.
3-3-3 if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So
Question.
our song is Air.
Air.
Yes.
Air. This
The one
song
that you
here.
hold in your hand.
The one you're trying to
Air.
guess from us is Air. Yeah, what we think at least. Anyway, what would your song's coffee order be? That's our second question.
Yeah.
Would they get a soy cappuccino? Would they get like a long black or an iced coffee?
Soy cappuccino, long black, iced coffee.
I reckon a long black.
Oh, really?
It's always fun when the people in the team disagree.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon?
I was going to go soy cappuccino.
Oh, I mean,
It's definitely not.
whoa.
Definitely not iced coffee.
Definitely not.
Okay, definitely not iced coffee is a good thing to have in our court.
Could be, yeah. It could be a long black. I guess it could.
Is it somewhere in between? There could be
I
a
don't-
fourth answer.
I'm not going to, I don't agree with you on this one.
That's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay to go with.
Soy cappuccino. Damn.
Okay, we
Soy
can work
cap.
with that. We can work with that. Soy cappuccino.
So they like to have super strength and drink soy cappuccinos. That's an interesting combo.
It is.
Should I just say it?
Should I just say
They're not
it?
ready for
Should
it
you
yet.
just say
No,
it?
Are
we're
you
ready for it. No,
Yeah,
we're ready
go
for whenever
nuts.
you guys are.
Okay, so my next question is the song in your hand? Is it a...
No, I think it's more of an air.
Is it a Tuesday night pizza night, stay at home? Is it a Friday night clubber? Or is it a Sunday arvo chill picnic with friends in
Wow.
the sun?
I mean, no, I don't want to say it, but like, I would give it away if I was like, you know. But anyway, I think it's the latter, right? The Sunday.
Sunday afternoon.
Ooh,
Sunday
that was a really good question.
Yeah, that was a great question.
So, like, it could involve, like, a bit of drinking, but it's not, like, a heavy time.
I think
There's that one friend who drinks a little, like.
I
much
think
on a
it's a
Sunday.
Sunday hour, but I don't think there's many friends there, to be honest. I think
more
it's
like a
maybe just like a
small-
small gathering, a few people there, maybe even
It's
by
not.
themselves.
It's not an insulated stay at home.
No,
No.
it's not
Like
like see,
Tuesday
the
pizza.
Tuesday pizza night. That's with like the homies, you know.
It's
everyone's
like
there.
it's like
Oh, you reckon Tuesday pizza night's by themselves?
Could be by yourself. Could be with the homies.
could be either. Could be with a range of people.
If it's Tuesday pizza night by themselves, I think I'm leaning towards that more now.
Ooh, that changes things.
But like, you know,
But is,
I think the loneliness is a big thing.
so. My question is, wait. So are you saying if it's Tuesday pizza night by themselves, then yeah, that one. But what if it's a Sunday afternoon picnic by themselves?
I'm thinking it's Tuesday night by yourself, eating in, or it's Sunday arvo with a couple of friends.
I think it's Tuesday then.
or it's like full
you
blown
agree?
Friday
Yeah, no,
night
I
mayhem.
do.
Yeah, I'm pivoting.
Okay,
Back
so
to
we're going
Tuesday.
air and Tuesday. Okay.
Aaron Tuesday pizza night.
And
correct.
we've got
That's
strong
so
and
funny.
soy cappuccino.
The place that I work next to, there's a pizza place, and on Tuesdays, they do, shout out
They
to
do free air.
shout out to Danny and Fiore's in Earlwood, Goat. They do $10 cash only pizzas. And
Oh, bloody hell. They,
you got
Sorry,
it.
Joss.
That was a good one.
Put you over the edge.
Oh, that's funny. All right, have we got a third question?
YouTube viewers will be able to tell that I'm very upset. Just laughed harder at Lawson's joke than he has ever at any of mine. I'm very upset.
It's just a Tuesday thing.
Have you got any questions? Because I'm fresh
Oh,
out.
shit, you're fresh out. Shit. No, I have to contribute now. Okay, just one moment.
I think, yeah. I feel like this game works better rapid firing the questions and then spending the time at the end trying to work out, because then we can like pause everything and start again.
You get that on the big jobs. All right. Is that a question?
Yes.
Standing. Lazy boy / couch, regular couch, beanbag. Where would they sit if they went to a friend's house in the evening?
I would say reclining chair.
why are we just not on the same page?
What would you say,
so hard
standing?
for us to
I was
get.
going to say standing.
I'd be happy to compromise and say standing.
I was going to...
Maybe they're like in between a bit, you know, like they sit down nervously and then stand back.
Oh, yeah, they want to. Maybe they're one of those people that like you can't decide if.
Yeah,
like,
leaning
sitting
against
on the
the
arm
lounge.
of the couch. Maybe that's a good place to meet.
Well, that for me would be more on the standing side of things, because I feel like standing's more.
I'm going to go
Restless.
standing.
Standing's
strong.
kind of like a power move, but not a like a.
But it could also
not
be
an arsehole.
They're
Intentional.
uncomfortable.
exactly. It can be a sign of uncomfortability. Like they're anxious. They don't want to ask for a seat because they're too nervous.
That's
to.
true. See, I was
Wow.
thinking reclining chairs like quite egotistical.
Oh yeah. So maybe a bit of ego. Let me just write this down.
Ego, comfortable in the house that they are visiting. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. All right. So standing. All right. I'm writing this down.
All right, that was our last question, Josh.
Yeah. So now it's your last question.
Oh no, I was just gonna. Okay, don't listen. The choice of drink.
Oh yes. Well, classic.
A glass of water. B, a soft drink or a glass of juice. C, a alcoholic beverage.
This is tough. I never had it's never been poised in this way before.
No, it's never. This is,
See, here's what I'm thinking immediately. Definitely not B, but it could honestly be A or C.
I'm sort of thinking it could be B.
Oh, what?
But
No.
but if not that, then definitely A. I feel like
See,
C's like, because there's water,
but like I'm just
Water's-
picturing it from like the last question.
Okay.
They get home Tuesday night by themselves, sit in the lounge, crack a beer, have a pizza, cry. No, Jay, don't cry.
Okay, here's my thinking, right? Alcoholic beverage, so broad.
Yeah.
Water, one drink.
It's true.
glass
I think they're a very straightforward and like they're just straight. Like they're a very ordered person.
I think if they were having a pizza, they're pretty sensible. They'd probably think to themselves, I don't want to have too sick a stomach. I'm just gonna have a water.
Look, you're convincing me. I'm happy to go for the water.
We say water. They would drink a glass of water or a bottle.
Yeah. So that's everyone's questions.
Wow.
So let's cut the video and the audio here for a second while we deliberate amongst ourselves what we think this could be based off our questions, and then we'll come back when we think we've got some answers.
Some rock solid evidence.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're back, guys. We've all deliberated.
Deliberating has been done.
We have an idea of what we think the songs could be. We're going to guess first.
Yeah. So we've narrowed it down to
About like 3 songs.
3 songs, sort of 4, but we're leaving one of them out because it's just it's just
Yeah.
not quite. It's not quite there.
So like with immediately kind of leaning towards some of the rap songs in the group because a lot of ego in those, obviously. Strength, I think, is a big thing of we're big, strong rappers. Look at us. But the soy cap's kind of thrown us because we thought a lot of these rappers would be like ice coffee guys.
Let's give you context because
I like that.
your definition of soy cap might be different to our
ours.
definition. For context, Joss is a soy cap enjoyer.
I enjoy this.
So somebody says soy cap, I'm thinking Joss, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And do I give off Cypress Hill and Insane in the Brain?
a little
vibes?
bit? A little bit.
Well, shit. Maybe we need to reconsider then.
But not quite.
So we kind of had Insane in the Brain, Till I Collapse, and Dare. It's Dare. And I think we've ended up going with Dare because Dare feels the most soy cap of them and feels like it's so energetic.
Strength.
It won't be able to sit down, it's standing.
It's a little bit
leaning on a recliner,
awkward.
A little bit awkward. It's got that ego. I think we're just
Dare. I think we're going Dare.
we're locking in Dare by the Gorillas.
It's none of those 3 songs.
Oh, God damn. We knew this would happen. What
You
was
couldn't
it?
be more wrong.
Is it Redemption Song?
What is it?
It's Augie Marsh.
Oh, wow. No way.
We were so quick to be like, nah, that's
wow.
not it.
Straight away, we were like, yeah,
Shit.
no, not
If
that
you
one.
if you think about it now, does it make sense?
Okay, so we had
Cap makes
Strength. Yeah, Strength does make sense because
But
it's like,
strength not in like a way.
But remember
more in
the thing
hard,
about
strong way.
invisibility as well.
Yeah.
There was that.
we are stupid. I mean, we've
Go on,
played
do
this,
it,
We've
do
played.
it.
We've played this game well, and we've played. We played it well, and we've played it poorly. And what was the last one? Standing.
yeah.
One crowded
bit
hour.
awkward.
Why did I listen to you? Why did I
Yeah.
listen?
Well, hey, fuck you. We both agreed that it was not the answer. Don't throw me under the bus.
Should have thought for myself.
No, that's all right.
Okay, so you just blew a few
Yeah, we
out
blew
for
it.
us.
We blew it. So
You
you
just
guys
blew it.
have the
Also,
W.
we kind of know now because you guessed those 3.
So somebody's finally figured this out.
But I mean,
Plus
you,
4. You said Redemption Song.
but you did lock in your guess beforehand, right? You can't cheat like that.
No, luckily those were none of our guesses
Yeah, there you go.
anyway.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, so our 3. But then don't tell us
Fuck, I didn't mean to play that. Sorry.
So-
Please don't sue Fatboy Slim.
we're 3.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, what
do you
what did you nail it down to?
Our 3 are Take 5.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's number 3.
Number 2 is Perfect Day, Lou Reed.
Okay.
Okay.
And number 1 is While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the
Oh,
Beatles.
interesting. So which one did you end up going with? While your guitar?
While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles.
We will tell you it's one of those 3.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It is one of those 3. Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't. What was the third one? Take 5. It was.
Okay.
Wow, I
Take
feel.
5.
Oh,
Because that to me was too fun for Tuesday night pizza.
Yeah,
like by yourself.
true.
You know what I mean?
So what removed Lou Reed from the equation? And what maybe secured? While
for
My
me
Guitar
it
Gently
was
Weeps?
I feel like that would have
water.
been that would have been the Sunday picnic with friends.
Wow, yeah.
Out in the sun, you know.
But Lou Reed,
perfect
Perfect Day doesn't speak water to me either.
Okay, sure. What's it speak to you? Like a
Heroin.
That wasn't one of the options.
Well, you should have listed that as one of your options.
Why?
We can. Well, let's.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps, isn't it?
It was Lou Reed, Perfect Day.
Your second.
And look, see, this is why I was leaning more towards the alcoholic beverage, because I was like, this song. I don't know if you ever listened to Perfect Day by Lou Reed before.
Yeah.
It's a depressing song.
It is, but alcohol is just so.
And that's why I was also on
I
the
can
Sunday
understand why
with
it's
friends.
water, though.
Yeah.
I can understand why it's definitely not lemonade or whatever.
Yeah,
Water's more, water. That's all you get.
Yeah.
I think
and it's sort of like...
such a I guess you could say still and very colorless song that water fit. Like that's why you convinced me in the end. But
Because
like,
this is all...
That's a good-
this is your perception of water.
yeah, exactly. It's all about the
Our
perception of
soy
water.
cappuccino.
We almost did it though.
Yeah, it was
almost
close.
did it.
You
You
did a
were
lot better
much,
than us.
much closer than us. Much better.
We literally were like first song on the list. Oh, you much? Not that.
I think you might be the first people to beat us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played a few good games.
We've had some screamers, but this was not one of them. This was not one of them. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations. And thank you to Big Wheels for taking on the plug.
It's been a
Thanks to the plug.
friggin'
Thanks for having
blast.
us.
It's
Right.
the plug.
It is the plug.
The plug.
That's true.
So yeah, where can we find Big Wheels on social media and stuff like that, so we can go follow and etc.
That handle... What's
At
the
Big
handle?
Wheels
Big Wheels Band.
Makes sense.
And so yeah, we are a band.
Yep.
Yeah. And because Facebook's got that really annoying thing, it's actually Big Wheels Band official on Facebook.
Because we're official on
Yeah,
there.
it's officially the Big Wheels band.
Yeah, just without the tick.
Yeah. No,
And
don't worry about it.
the way we like
Just
to usually end up the episode is you guys can say a nice wise word of wisdom that you just want to leave for the listeners. Some silly ones. I always think of the same silly ones, so I'm not going to say any of them today.
Or it could be a genuine wise word of wisdom.
Yeah, be careful, I think was last week's one.
Be careful. There's if it sounds good, it is good.
That was a good one.
Ooh, I know what yours is going to be.
Really?
I think. But
And then we're going to put our
I
headphones
want to
down.
know what it is.
We're going to crouch. You guys have to crouch a lot in the corner and
Crouch
dance.
in line with your
Hell yeah.
camera,
We have
and
a
then
song
we
that we like to
will
dance.
play a song and we will dance for a little.
So the floor is yours.
Wise words of wisdom.
I really want to know what you thought mine was going to be.
Trust your gut.
There we go.
Spoilers.
Do you want to say it?
Trust your gut.
Mine is going to be find time for the little things in life.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Now
Now
let's
some
dance.
silly music and dancing. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of the Plug Podcast featuring Big Wheels, and thank you to them for plugging those bloody lovely Britpop albums. It was a pleasure chatting to them about all the crazy stuff that they've been up to since moving to Sydney. Of course, thank you to ProPodcast Productions for letting us use their space and their producers. Check out their Instagram at ProPodcast Production, and after you've done that, check out our Instagram at itstheplug_. Go check out our TikTok at plugtalk_, with the O is a 0. Check out our YouTube if you're not doing that right now. Check out our Facebook page. Check out the Facebook group if you're not in it. And of course, check out the Patreon where you pay just a tiny little amount of money, gold coins amounts, and you get a bonus podcast featuring our good friend Jack Hawley, where him and Joss unravel the mysteries of the universe, such as Orc Donalds. And of course, tune in next Tuesday, where we are joined by the Blue Tongues for the final episode of the season. Cannot wait.